Hey Sydney, do you think you can give me a brief overview on DocPop configuration?
Yeah, I'd love to. Let me share my screen. DocPop is a document retrieval tool included with the OnBase web server, allowing internal or external websites to integrate custom web pages with the web server's querying and document viewing mechanisms. DocPop supports Active Directory and domain authentication, which can be configured in the web server's web.config file. This ensures secure access and streamlined login processes for users within your network. The logon type used with DocPop is controlled by the web server's web.config file. The order of logon execution checks if Enable Auto Login, Enable HTTP Login, or Enable Default Login are set to true, using the first true setting. If all fail, a logon screen will prompt for credentials. It is crucial to set these configurations correctly to avoid unintended access issues. These are some of the key settings in the web.config file. These settings help customize and secure your DocPop integration. First, we have username and password. These are used for automatic login if Enable Default Login is set to true. This saves users from entering their details manually. Next is data source. This tells DocPop where to get the documents from, ensuring it connects to the right database. The domain setting is for Active Directory authentication. By setting this up, users can log in with their domain credentials, making the process more secure and straightforward. For automatic login options, Enable Default Login uses the provided username and password for auto login. Enable HTTP Login allows login details to be included in the URL. Enable Auto Login uses domain credentials for automatic login. A key security feature is Enable Checksum. When true, a checksum is added to the URL to ensure it hasn't been tampered with, protecting against unauthorized access. The checksum setting is where you enter a unique string used to create this checksum. Lastly, Disable Context Menu. When set to true, this disables right-click options in DocPop, preventing unauthorized actions. These essential settings help you customize DocPop to fit your organization's needs, making it easier to use and more secure. You can modify a DocPop URL based on specific criteria by appending parameters like username, password, and data source to the URL. This customization allows for secure and tailored access to document sets. Ensure to encode special characters in the URL to avoid retrieval issues. Using checksums can prevent URL tampering. The following is an example of a query string with URL encoding. The web server virtual directory in this example is appnet. Each additional parameter added to the URL string is preceded by an ampersand. You can also configure a custom form to post to DocPop. This allows you to send the data as a post HTML function, so that the end user cannot see the query string data, which could be a security concern. Here is a basic example of an HTML form for post. DocPop lets you embed OnBase documents and results lists into custom web pages using frames and iframes. Frames and iframes are HTML elements that display content from another source within a web page. When you add one of these elements to your web page, you can use a DocPop-generated URL to display a list of OnBase documents or a single OnBase document in that frame or iframe. Users with sufficient privileges can email DocPop links directly from the web client without requiring the DocPop URL creator. This feature is available from the following web client locations. The most efficient way to manage a session is by passing the session ID in the query string. When the OnBase session ID is included in the query string, the user remains logged in even after the IIS session timeout period or if the integration window is closed. It is important that the application that creates the session also disconnects the session and logs the user out. Proper session management is crucial to avoid security risks. In the default usage of DocPop, a hard-coded OnBase username and password are required for login, giving the DocPop user the same access as the OnBase user. This includes access to document types, custom queries, product rights, and privileges. All actions are logged under the OnBase user's name. To prevent unauthorized access, DocPop restricts document views to those received within the same session, and any attempt to alter the document ID triggers a security exception. However, users with knowledge of the URL format could still potentially modify it to access additional documents. Adding a checksum to the URL helps validate it has not been tampered with.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. If you have a question that you would like answered on an upcoming question corner, please leave a comment below.